United States here, because they have a speedy trial, what is called a speedy trial amendment, in which you've got to bring people to trial within a short period of time, or else the judge will throw the indictment or whatever. In Guyana, Mark had to wait 2 or 3 years before getting a trial. And even though the trial ended in a hung jury, it took a lot of maneuvering before he could have even gotten a date for another trial. I mean, that's ridiculous. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you a real Guyanese hero, in my opinion. A man who has walked the walk. A man who has put his principles and his life on the line for advocating for the freedom of Guyanese people, Mr. Mark Benschop.
I first want to thank God for being here, but before I begin, I just want to say how wonderful it is to have listened to those touching words from a very good friend, a man whom I've known for many years. Respect has always been there for our brother, Mr. Colin Moore, who has done great things for all Guyanese. And looking at Mr. Colin Moore, not his condition, because even whilst I was incarcerated, I was praying for Brother Colin. He has not only talked the talk, he has walked the walk. And I want each and every one of you here today to know that I was utterly surprised when Mr. Colin Moore visited me at the Georgetown prison. And as you can see his condition, he took the time out to visit me. And that meant a lot to me. That's what a lot of us aren't doing. We're talking. And we're talking secretly. We're saying that we're going to do this and we're going to do that. So when Mr. Colin Moore demonstrated to me then that he's more than just a brother, I was touched. Because it's not easy being locked up in a cell all by yourself and no one is visiting you. So I want to publicly state to Mr. Colin Moore that from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, sir, for that visit. Indeed, it's the last minute something that we have here. My friends, my colleagues, those who have assisted in organizing this, we have started really late. It's a last minute something. I wasn't coming up here for this, basically just to relax and take care of a few other things. Because since my release, I have not really taken a true vacation. Even some people would say that I've been on vacation for over 5 years. I don't consider that a vacation. It was a passage through life. It was a passage whereas I took the time out to understand human beings, understand who I am. And if you don't know who you are, well then you wouldn't know who you're going, where you're going. And I have an uncle here who has always instilled that within me, and even his children. Mr. Donald Giddings. I want to thank you, Donald Giddings. But more so, before I begin, by letting you know what's the happenings in Guyana, or what are the happenings, I just want to thank each and every one of you here. For you guys taking the time out to be here, away from your family, away from your busy schedule, it's really touching too to me. I recognize some of the faces. Some I owe money. Some I was hiding from. I see an ex-girlfriend of mine here. See, I know y'all would have looked in one direction. That is not true. Absolutely not true. See, my mother just walked in here, so I just want to thank her for all that she has done over the years too. There she goes. It wasn't easy, the 5+ years. And many of you would understand that. As Mr. Colin Moore said, he has never went to jail before. But I'm sure that his wife locked him up in a room for 2 days and told him that he can't leave. But Mr. Moore, I tell you what, jail experience is by far more excruciatingly painful than being locked up in the house by your wife. Because I myself have been a victim of that. And to continue now, I just want to say that as Guyanese, we must sit, each and every one of you who are here, and understand that what I'm about to say here has nothing to do with just Guyanese who are living back in Guyana. It has a lot to do with you guys too. Many of you have families back home, relatives, brothers, sisters, wives, maybe husbands, children. And many of you might be willing to retire and leave this place sometime and head back home to Guyana, a beautiful place. So if we are going to adopt this mentality that, man, what's going on in Guyana nowadays, their business right here, please, I'm asking you to rethink. Because not many of you want to stay here in this land. It's not an easy place.
You're right.
Look at this man, very depressed. You see, he's tired.
He's depressed, but it's true, you're right.
Right?
Right.
That is what this place does
Tell you, boy.
to people. Say it again, my sister. 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs.
Even you retire.
Yeah.
Guy
Right?
retire,
So the fact of the matter is that I'm here today to tell you exactly what are the happenings in Guyana and what we can do to change the situations.
Amen.
But I'll be straight up with you guys. We cannot depend on the politicians. The politicians are part of the problem. I'm not here to attack any politicians personally, but if I constructively criticize them and they don't like it, well, so be it. Because the Bible says, one man who stands up for justice is a majority. I am not looking for any personal favors from any politician in Guyana. I am not looking for any position. All I want is what you folks want. Betterment for all Guyanese. It doesn't matter who you are. Whether you're Amerindian, whether you're Indians, whether you're Africans, Portuguese, it doesn't matter. But what we're looking for is an equal playing field. All the ethnic groups must be able to share a piece of the pie and live in peace and harmony as we were many, many, many years ago. Something is wrong with our country. Our country is not only politically bankrupt, it is morally bankrupt. And the politicians are responsible for this. Imagine the government of the day is leading this pack. Inept, corruption, racism, you name it.